All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on something truly terrifying, one of the most secretive protocols on the entire planet, the nuclear launch sequence. And believe me, this isn't a movie. This is the real-life, high-stakes countdown to what could be the end of everything.
So it really all boils down to this one chilling question. And forget all the Hollywood drama you've ever seen. This is the actual real-life timeline. It's a race against the clock where, and I'm not exaggerating, every single second could decide the fate of all of us.
You know, the first sign of trouble, it doesn't come from a spy on the ground. It's not some blip on a radar screen. Nope. It all starts silently, totally invisibly, way up in the cold, dark vacuum of space.
See, right now, as we speak, there's a whole network of satellites just staring down at our planet. And they have one job, and one job only: to spot that telltale, incredibly hot signature from a missile's engine. The split-second one is detected, bang. An alarm is triggered and it travels at the speed of light.
And the speed of this whole thing is just staggering. I mean, within seconds, that signal from space is beamed down to a super secure command center, one that's literally buried deep inside a mountain. And in there, under thousands of feet of solid rock, analysts are scrambling to verify the threat. How many missiles? Where are they headed? And, the big one, how much time do we have left? Only after all that, only then is the call made.
Okay, so the automated systems, the satellites, the computers, they've all done their job. Now everything, and I mean everything, shifts from technology to the human element. The entire burden falls on a single person, who, let's be real, was probably fast asleep just moments ago.
Just 6 minutes. That's it, 6. That's the entire window, from the moment the president is alerted to the moment a final decision on retaliation has to be made. It's an almost impossibly short amount of time to make what is, without a doubt, the single most important choice in all of human history.
And you can bet those 6 minutes are just pure chaos. A military aide bursts into the room. A secure line is patched through to the top generals. They're rattling off the grim data, how many warheads are in the air, what cities they're aiming for. And then the president is handed this book, just filled with horrifying options.
Yeah, that briefcase, that's the infamous nuclear football. It might look like just another briefcase, but inside is everything needed to unleash Armageddon. You've got communications gear, secret verification codes, and that book I mentioned, a menu, really, of pre-planned attack options. They range from a single, so-called limited strike, all the way up to an all-out response that would absolutely end civilization as we know it.
So that is the unbelievable weight of that moment. There's just zero room for error. The decision that's made in these few minutes, under pressure none of us can even imagine, it could literally be the very last decision our species ever gets to make. But, and this might be the most terrifying part of all, what if the warning is just a false alarm? What if the machines are wrong? Because history is actually full of near misses. We're talking computer glitches, training exercises that looked real, moments where the whole system went on high alert because of a false signal. If a mistake like that isn't caught in time, well, the consequences are just unthinkable.
Okay, so once that order to retaliate is given, or heck, even while it's still being considered, a whole other protocol kicks into gear at the exact same time. And this one is all about one thing: making sure the government itself can survive the incoming attack.
And the plan here? It all comes down to the clock. If time is incredibly short, like impact is imminent short, the president is rushed down to a secure bunker deep, deep underneath the White House. But if they have just a few extra precious minutes, they're whisked away to a very, very special aircraft.
And this is the Doomsday Plane. It's basically a flying command center, a Pentagon in the sky. This thing is shielded from the electromagnetic pulse of a nuclear blast. It can refuel in midair and stay flying for days on end. It has full global communication capabilities. From inside this flying fortress, the president could literally command a world war while everything below is being devastated.
And it's not just about saving the president. There's this massive plan called continuity of government. We're talking about a sprawling network of secret, deep underground bunkers. They're built to house thousands of key people for months. They are basically self-sufficient cities with their own food, water, power, even hospitals, all built for one single purpose: to make sure that even if Washington, D.C. is vaporized, the American government somehow endures.
So, while that whole survival plan is kicking off, the retaliation order is flying out. And that brings us to the weapons themselves, and the really grim logic that holds this entire system together.
The order is confirmed. The authentication codes check out. That command flashes across the globe to every single nuclear unit. In a silo somewhere, 2 officers turn their keys. Deep under the ocean, a submarine commander gets the encrypted message. The nuclear triad is now active.
So, what is the triad? Well, it's designed to guarantee retaliation no matter what. First, you've got the ICBMs, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, sitting in underground silos ready for a lightning-fast response. Then you've got the submarines, hiding silently somewhere in the vastness of the ocean. They give you an undetectable second strike capability. And finally, you have the long-range bombers. They're the flexible option because unlike a missile, you can actually call them back at the last minute if you have to.
And all of this, it brings us to the core idea behind the whole terrifying system: deterrence. It's a really strange paradox, right? It's all built on a single promise. The only reason an enemy won't launch the first strike is because they know for an absolute fact that they would be completely wiped out in the counterattack. We call it mutual assured destruction. It's this incredibly fragile piece, kept alive purely by a balance of fear.
And that really lays bare the central double-edged sword of the modern world, doesn't it? For decades, you could argue that this whole idea of mutual assured destruction has prevented a World War III. But it also means we live with a system that, if it ever fails, for any reason, guarantees a global catastrophe. It's a massive gamble.
And listen, if there's one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. This is not science fiction. This isn't a movie plot. Right now, as you're listening to my voice, someone somewhere is sitting in a bunker in front of a screen just waiting for a signal that we all have to hope never ever comes. This entire system is real, it is armed, and it is active 24/7.
Which it leaves us with one last, really haunting question. We've built this entire system on the logic of fear, all in the hope of guaranteeing peace. But what happens on the day that logic finally, inevitably, breaks?